Abeokuta Magistrate Court has remanded 24-year-old Michael Oyejide in Ibara Prison for allegedly raping his 18-year-old friend Morenike Ajayi to death during his birthday celebration. Magistrate Martin Akinyemi gave the order on Monday after the prosecution, led by CPL Mushood Hamd, detailed how Oyejide and an accomplice currently at large committed the offense on January 8 at Ijeja, Abeokuta. The court heard that Mr. Oyejide, alias MI, had hosted a birthday party at Adigbe and later got the victim drunk. She was then taken to his residence where both suspects allegedly raped her until she passed out. Hamed stated that they rushed her to a hospital pretending to be concerned friends, but she was confirmed dead on arrival. The hospital promptly alerted the police, leading to Oyejide's arrest. He is facing charges of rape and murder contrary to Section 516. Contrary to Sections 516, 357, and 358 of the Criminal Laws of Ogun State, 2006. His plea has not been taken. The case has been adjourned to June 5th, pending legal advice from the Director of Public Prosecution. You see, at what point, I'm thinking of where exactly to even begin with this report. Do we say this is as a result of porn? Free access to porn that people have said exploring. Usually when people think about coitus, people think about a man and a woman actually engaging, but now we have young people thinking of more risque way of having coitus. Aside the fact that this is rape, the fact that we had two people sleeping with an 18-year-old. What is your thoughts on this report?
I have seen so much. I've dealt with so much that when I see reports like this, I don't quickly go by what is given.
Okay.
Most times these teenagers just like to dare things. If you follow this report now, if this girl in question was alive right now and you had to maybe hear her own part, you may find out that last it may not have been a rape in this true sense of it. The only thing that may have happened could have been that this thing now went sideways and the girl is not there.
But the report did confirm that she was drunk. A drunk person cannot fully give consent. In that regard.
Okay, I've handled the matter before. I'm not trying to turn the matter around, but I'm just trying to be objective with the report. Then before I now say what I want to say based on what is reported. I've handled a matter before where a teenage girl walked up to me trying to tell me a few things. Why? Because what happened here now was that, okay, she did it, she was done with it, and they probably started feeling guilty. Why? Because the third guy, now this has to do with three men, the third guy obviously didn't pay up because the three of them had discussed with her that they want this, can she be able to do it? She said she can, but that she will really want to be heavily
rewarded. Not
just rewarded, heavily drunk, or that she can't do it with her clear eyes, but that she will do it. That they should keep this and keep this and keep this, told them the brands of what to buy and keep. Now, which they did, but what happened was that two paid, but the last one did not, obviously because that one felt, they did it at the same time. She's drunk, she's out, before she wake up, we're out of here. So that, the last one didn't do, it took these other two now to make him finally to pay his money. But it was in the process of it, because there was a reason why she actually did that.
Okay.
Now, she did that because she wanted to raise money for something at home. The mom was sick. The dad left them. You understand me? Now, that was done, and then because of it, the money wasn't complete, and she couldn't do what she needed to do. So in the process of it, she started feeling bad. Said like, why did I have to? So she came to more like, so I'm sorry, can you pray with me? I want to do this, I want to do that. Before I said, if this was your agreement, that young man will have to find a way to reach him. Do you have any of their numbers? It was only one of them he had. I called the person and said, I have your number. If you don't get your friend to send this money, I will come for the 3 of you. Now, is this something I'm going to celebrate? No. But she accepted that it was on consent. But let's assume that while that was going on now, the girl died. And then you hear her age and hear the age of the other 3 guys. You will conclude that they took advantage of her. But why they asked her first? That's where I'm coming from now. This one survived. She was the one that came to report to me because one person didn't pay up. And it's still party. The question is, the girl, did they force her to come for the party? The drinking. Now, it is put on them now, they're the one that got her drunk because she's dead. So, I'm just going to talk about this. Parents, you just have to, we have to take our parenting to another level. Why? Because sometimes you assume your daughters, your sons don't know this, but you don't know what they're doing. You don't know how far they've gone. That's why I will recommend for every parent, find a way to relate with your children. Find a way to be just more than daddy and mommy to them. Find a way to be their friend. In the sense, what I mean by their friend here, in the sense of bringing yourself to that point where they can be comfortable to tell you anything. And not feel like daddy will kill me, mommy will kill me. They can be comfortable to tell you anything, knowing that daddy has my back, mommy has my back. You understand me? Because for me, this report right now, thank God that they were able to apprehend them. They will have to pay for what they did. The girl is dead, the girl is dead. Somebody must take the responsibility. Somebody must carry the wahala. So I know that the family of the parents will do everything to get their pound of flesh back. Now,
when we talk about the family of the girl doing everything to get their pound of flesh back, does it be the question for you that nowadays you find out that most of these parties, like even the situation you described, teenagers, young people now have the leverage to attend, to sleep out of their, out of their houses?
You see, we are in an age of information technology. And one thing when there is too much information in circulation and there is access to anything you want to know, anything you want to hear, anything you want to see, without anybody really controlling you. Because even if we talk about parental control, the truth is that most of the parents are not even knowledgeable enough to even know what to do. Most of the parents is even their children that get to handle the phone more than them, that know what to do with the phone. Just a very few parents that, that may be tech, savvy and all that. Yeah. So, but the truth of the matter is that whether we like it or not, the parents also, to a large extent, have some blame to carry, because your 18-year-old child, where were you people? Right. So the truth is, I know that even as much as the family will want to do everything possible within their power right now to make sure that these 2 men pay, but then the truth of the matter is that the parents also, I know that the child just turned 18, even at that, just turned 18, that they will say, okay, according to the law now, that she's an adult, and she has every right to go where she wants to go, do what she wants to do, but then she just turned 18. I believe that the parents should also be able to be questioned.
Why do you want the parents questioned?
The question is, well, how your child, were you aware she was going to the birthday party?
What if she doesn't stay with the parents? What if she was in the university?
Was he saying the same thing? I know when I was in school, my dad calls me every day. How are you? What's going on? At different times. You may call me in the morning on Monday, call you in the afternoon on Tuesday, but my dad calls us every day to check up on you, to know how you're doing, any challenge, what's going on, and all that. So, and as a father, when my dad asks you where you are and you are talking, he knows whether you're in school or you're not in school. I don't know how he gets to know that, but that's a father who is intentional and who is detailed, who understands his children. So he knows when you're lying to him, when you're telling him the truth. He may not tell you you're lying. He may just say, okay, no problem, all right, do fast and get back, or that. He will just talk to you normally. Maybe 3 days later, he will ask you that same question again in another way. He will ask you from another standpoint or something else that you may not remember you told him. You may say, you said something to me on Tuesday about you guys having a test. How was the test? You were not in school on that Tuesday. and then you had already told him that you were in school, then quickly you say, yes, it's a test, because you lied. You didn't remember what you actually said.
You know,
at the moment you say, yes, the test was this, but you didn't tell me that. You just said you were in school, that you were in the hostel, or that you were this. So immediately he just catches you. So where were you on Tuesday? Okay, Daddy, yes, I. Now, why am I saying so? These parents too. Parents need to also look closer, get closer to your children, know what's going on, and also teach them some basic things.
Now, I mean, excellent relationship you had with your dad there. Now, I want to look at this also from the angle with which we discussed the case of somebody else that you personally know. Some of these children have become breadwinners of their home, given what life has become, what the economy has become. Many people actually fend for their parents, take care of sick parents, trying to send siblings to school. That has made many young people open and vulnerable.
The thing there is the competition is high out there, and most times these children get carried away, because like I will always say it, I still want to bring it back to parenting. I can still remember two things my father will always tell us. My father will always tell us, it doesn't matter how desperate you are, never get involved with anything that will make you take another person's blood, that will make you shed another person's blood, no matter how desperate it is. My dad said, any money you make out of that, any fame you get out of that, will not last. That's number one. Number two, my dad will tell us, it doesn't matter what happens, don't take what belongs to another person. It doesn't matter how hungry you are, it doesn't matter, you rather die than take what belongs to someone else. So now, this was for us the boys now. So in other words, it didn't matter the pressure that came my way as I was growing up. I made sure that these two things were off the hooks. Even my brother, at some point, there was a time my brother had an opportunity to go to South Africa, and from South Africa to Malaysia. You get. Now the friend was telling him the company blah blah blah. But then when my friend told me about it, I just asked my friend to ask him just one question: what the company you're talking about, you want to bring me to come work in? What do you produce? And then I would like to have your website. If it's outside Nigeria, they should have a website. If the country you're saying that they have one in Malaysia and they are that big, like you explained, and they are looking to recruit young men that you are recommending my brother, they should be on the website. If they are that big, they should be on the website. That question.
The knife that sliced everything.
That question, the friend couldn't give him a clear answer. The friend just started saying, you know me now. I'm your friend. I've been your friend in school. I cannot come and be telling you something that will not work. I told him no. Don't go by that.
Right.
Because people change. You understand me? So why am I saying so? I still want to stand by one thing. Parents, we have a whole lot of work to do. And if you're listening to me, you're a teenager, you're a young person, don't allow anybody to put you under pressure. Your life is more important. What you do with yourself now matters. Right. Ask yourself this question. These decisions you are taking right now, what will your children think of you by the time they come? That's all I'll just say to you. If you're not going to be proud of it, talk about it with your kids, then don't get into it in the first place. It's not worth it. No matter what you are promised, it's not worth it.
All right. Thank you so much for your insight on that report.